And now the news. I'm your host, Bradford Forster Square III. Today's hot topic up for discussion, up for review, Windrush. This week saw the citizenship plight of the Windrush generation come to the fore as media attention came to bear on their potential deportation, or as they were mailed daily, the so-called Windrush generation. On Monday, the so-called Home Secretary Amber Rudd issued a so-called apology on behalf of the so-called government to the Windrush generation over their appalling treatment. So-called, amounting to little more than a rush of wind. Miss Rudd announced the creation of a new task force in the Home Office to speed up the regularisation of the immigration status of these people only 70 years after the fact. Home Office processes and procedures showing recent cuts resulting in all work being produced via fountain pen rather than computer. Her announcement came after Downing Street said Prime Minister Theresa May wanted to ensure that no one with the right to stay here will be made to leave Downing Street. I mean the UK. Oh, you're talking about migrants. Oh, sorry, bit of a misunderstanding there. Immigration Minister Caroline Nokes appeared to suggest that some individuals may already have been deported in error. Errors made by this government tend to be limited to addressing pensioners as Mr. You must be fucking joking, Esquire. But to ship a whole person in error is a new low watermark. Mrs. May met her counterparts from the Caribbean states at the margins of the Commonwealth summit in London on Tuesday, amid growing anger about individuals facing the threat of deportation and being denied access to health care due to UK paperwork issues. Quite a number of people must be showing up at their local NHS surgeries presenting as Mr. or Mrs. You must be fucking joking, thus causing untold delays. Miss Rudd was challenged in the Commons over an interview in which Miss Nokes appeared to confirm that some Windrush migrants had been wrongly deported. I don't know the numbers, but I am determined to do going forward is to say we will have no more of this. Going further to say, I don't know the numbers to something I'm not sure has actually occurred. I don't know if some or none of these people have been deported, but I'm determined to look like I know what I'm doing by saying something decisive. The Home Secretary said High Commissioners would have an opportunity to raise any such cases with her at her meeting later this week between the hours of 11:59 and 12:01 via fax only. And she said, I do not want any of the Commonwealth citizens who are here legally to be impacted in the way that they have. More importantly, I do not want any of the Commonwealth citizens who are here full stop. That's why I'm setting up a new plan of inaction with the goal of achieving the square root of fuck all in as long a time as possible at maximum cost to the Treasury to tread water until the news story just goes away. Mrs. May's official spokesman said the Prime Minister deeply values the contribution made by Commonwealth citizens to the UK to Tory party funds. The Daily Mail, the mouthpiece, or rather to be more anatomically correct, the arsepiece of the government, continued their coverage during the week on Wednesday when Theresa May revealed the disastrous decision to shred documents which could prove the right of Windrush migrants to stay was actually taken by a Labour government. Although the destruction actually came about in the Prime Minister's time as Home Secretary, she was completely unable to halt the destruction because the lorries that were carrying billboard messages appealing to the hearts and minds of migrants were blocking the entrance to the Home Office due to their driver's immigration status not yet being regularised. The Prime Minister made the shock revelation after she issued her second grovelling apology in 2 days to the Caribbean migrants threatened with deportation, saying, I've grovelled twice, what more do you want? Would 1.5 billion quid shut you up? In a heated exchange in the Commons, Mr. Corbyn said at Wednesday's PMQs, Yesterday, we learnt in 2010 that the Home Office destroyed the landing cards for a generation of Commonwealth citizens, so have told people we can't find you in our system. did the Prime Minister, the then Home Secretary, sign off on that decision? Theresa May replied, no, the decision to destroy the landing cards was taken in 2009 under a Labour government. However, we had no issues reversing any other decisions made by previous Labour governments. This one, however, was impossible to reverse. I mean, have you ever seen the size of the shredder in the Home Office? It takes a full year to start up and shut down. Of course we made the decision to require this information in 2014, 4 years later, because we knew we'd already destroyed the evidence. I mean the landing cards. Meanwhile, Ms Rudd had faced calls to resign as Home Secretary after throwing her own officials under the bus in a desperate attempt to live up to Tory minister expectations. The Guardian's coverage included many Windrush generation individuals reporting that they had difficulties providing evidence of their status. They were repeatedly told their names were not in the system, and asked why on earth so many of their mothers named them such names as not in and the system. What was wrong with Jack or Jane? Ms Rudd's minions, not content to be quiet when thrown under a bus, issued a statement outlining that the records were destroyed for data protection reasons and would not have made the blindest bit of difference in the immigration regularisation process, where people are asked to provide evidence of continuous residency. What's she at? One Home Office staff member asked. She knew there wouldn't be room for all those slips in the new Home Office HQ, with all the cardboard cut-out PCs that she'd bought in her plans to improve the police service. And she basically said to us, shred fucking everything. And that's about it. Tune in next time for more intellect-dimming drivel from myself, Bradford Forster Square III. Yes, good night.